want to get a scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
Scotch egg.
Hi, hello, welcome to today's video. This afternoon I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos, catching up on my feed and whatnot, and one specific video made me want to make my own, and that is Smosh. They went to a Renaissance fair and Damien, or Dean, was obsessed with getting a Scotch egg. I have never had a Scotch egg. I am originally French. I moved to Canada 15 years ago, but Scotch eggs are not something that you commonly find in France or in Canada, I guess. If you don't know what a Scotch egg is, it's just a hard-boiled egg wrapped in sausage meat, and you bake that and then it's delicious. Here's what you'll need for the recipe. A pound of ground pork, 6 eggs, salt and pepper, some paprika, some garlic powder, and it calls for crushed red chili flakes, which I don't have, but I do have crushed chipotle peppers. I also have chili powder. I might make that thing spicy. I don't know. I will have all of the quantities and the recipes that I used in the description. So if you want to follow along, just have a look down there. First thing you want to do, wash your hands. First, we're going to mix the spices. For that, get a much bigger bowl than what you need, because we're going to add the meat to that bowl. Teaspoon and a half of salt. I don't know how many turns that is, but yeah, that's probably good enough. A teaspoon of black pepper. Then you want 3.5 teaspoons of paprika. Then they call for 2/3 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, which you can just eyeball, it's fine. The crushed red pepper flakes, they call for 1/4 of a teaspoon, but I don't know, I want to make it spicy. And I'm gonna add some chili powder as well, really just a tiny amount. You can get a tiny fork, mix that in, and then you get your pork. And that's why you want to have your hands clean, because you're going to do that to your meat. This should take probably a couple minutes just to get it all evenly spread in your meat. Phrasing. That looks pretty well mixed in to me. Just get a Ziploc bag, put your meat in, and wash your hands again. Get some air out of the bag and toss that in your fridge. While we wait for the flavor to infuse in my meat, phrasing, I'm sorry. While we wait for the flavors to infuse the meat, we're going to get started on the eggs. So you want to get a pot of water and get it to a boil, and then you're going to wait forever, because that's just how long it takes. So while we wait, we can talk about our feelings, I guess. So what's up with you? Okay, that's either great or I'm sorry to hear that. You know, since I'm making this video mostly because of Damien, let's talk about him. So I'm recording this on Thursday, the day the Renaissance Fair video came out. I point this way because that's where my TV is. So I haven't seen the Smoshcast yet. I don't really use podcast apps, but on the preview that we saw yesterday, Shane talked about some issues that Damien has that really hit pretty close to home. Shane talked about how Damien will just never be comfortable with his body, and like he doesn't want to wear like some shirts because he thinks it makes him look like a certain way and stuff. And he talks about having been a chubby kid, which I can relate to all of those. I'm a chubby adult now, but I was a skinny, in pretty good shape adult at some point, and I hope to get back to that soon. I mean, it's going to take time, but you know. Damien, that's called body dysmorphia, and it's a pain in the ass. That's I mean, that is the same thing I have. I don't think I've ever been on camera for my channel without a hoodie, except when I was doing some exercising, because that was appropriate for some reason. I'm never just in a t-shirt, so today I don't know, it kind of came together and I decided, hey, I'm making this video let's show support for our boy. And I'm just wearing a t-shirt in a video, which is, I mean, it sounds like nothing to anyone, but it's kind of a big step for me. The main thing is you have to keep making those steps, those tiny steps. Like it seems insignificant, but you have to keep pushing, you have to keep progressing and improving. And now I hate what I'm talking about, so let's see if the water's boiling. Nope. Okay, I'll just cut the rest of the waiting. Oh, wait. All right, water's close enough to a boil, so let's just get on with it. You want to get your eggs, put them on a spoon and drop them in. And that's it. You can put the rest back in the fridge. Check this out. Computer, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
So you don't want to completely hard boil your eggs because they're going to continue cooking in the oven. So what you want to do is just like kind of soft boil them enough so that you can peel them, but not enough that they're going to be completely burnt as a final product. And while you're waiting, you can prepare a nice bath for the eggs. So you get a bowl. This one's probably too small, but we'll figure it out. Get some ice. I don't have a water thing in my fridge or an ice thing. It makes me sad. And you put some water in, and then you wait. Do you guys actually think that Damien is psychic? I don't know. Okay, I mean, it's just hard boiling eggs. You know how it's done. Okay, now with the eggs done, it's time to preheat the oven to 400. I actually left my eggs in the fridge for probably not long enough. They're very, very soft. It's like a bag of sand. So get them out of the fridge. Eggs and meat. And before I make a mess on my hands, phrasing today. Jeez. Get your cooking spray. This one is a powerful spray. So be careful with the one you have. Don't spray everything everywhere. And then you can set that aside, because now we're getting to the messy part. Dump it into cutting board or any surface that you want. Make sure you have washed your hands again, and kind of make it flat just to make it easier to divide, because we're going to cut that into 6. Any knife will do, just like this, and something like that. Grab your meat, you can squish it a bit, then you make it flat. Yeah, these are still very, very soft. It's okay. We can learn how to handle a soft boy. And you can kind of pinch, and there you go. And now you have your Scotch eggs, almost ready to go into the oven. You want to grab a small thing, some olive oil, dump a tiny bit in there, then grab a brush and just lightly brush the Scotch eggs. That way they're going to be nice and brown and delicious. And now they're ready for the oven. The oven is not ready for me. Good thing I double checked. You actually want to set your oven to 350 and not 400. Yeah, the oven's ready now. I'm gonna put those in for 15 to 20 minutes. Then we'll see what they look like. All right, let's see if all of that was a huge waste of time. Look at those. Oh wow, that's runny. Okay, so they're not quite cooked and the egg is still runny, which is kind of confusing. So I'm gonna go warmer. I'm gonna go 400 and I'm gonna put them for 5 more minutes. It takes a long time to make Scotch eggs. I think I started filming, it was 5, now it's 8 p.m. Time for another test. Let's go with this one. Okay, yolk is still runny, but it's perfectly cooked. All right, so I'm gonna keep that one for later. Let's make a plate. There we go. Okay, so I don't want to cut that one because I want to take pictures for the thumbnail. So I'm gonna have a bite of one of the other ones. All right, that was a nice bite. I'm gonna burn myself. That's good. That's really good. I'm gonna go eat now. Bye.
Quest complete!